Jordan Hill Lewis could have done without the unseemly confrontation between John Steenhuisen and Tony Leon. The new DEA leader and his kitchen cabinet had up until this point been careful in managing his ascension to the party leadership, transitioning into office, crafting a succinct message and focusing on the election. The crisis around Steenhuisen, the Department of Agriculture and the foot and mouth disease, however, put paid to these best laid plans. Steenhuisen's interview with News 24's editor-in-chief Adrian Basson was an extraordinary torching of his own party, its leaders and practices, as well as former leader Leon. It has caused both the DA and Leon reputational damage and forced the party to focus on a fratricide that few saw coming. It has also given the DA's opponents and Leon's enemies ample political ammunition. Steenhuisen lit the fire, but it has been a combination of rage farming on social media, a desire in the news media to punish the DA, and the public's deep distrust of government that has done the damage. Steenhuisen, hurt by Leon's public affairs company Resolve Communications acting on behalf of aggrieved farmers, told Basson that his former mentor's firm was asking for and often getting meetings with DA ministers. This, Steenhuisen said, pushed the boundaries of propriety because of Leon's position as a former DA leader and the fact that Resolve's chief executive used to occupy the same position at the DA. He left the party in 2019.
I imagine this is a type of lobbying that goes on in government, and I imagine, I'm not doubt there's anything illegal about it, but here there's a relationship issue, given the proximity of some of the players in the company with their proximity to the DA, which did raise some concerns. And it goes back some time to when we were in opposition as well. There's been a lot of push by clients in the tobacco lobby and others to meet with DA MPs and the like.
Through Resolve?
Through Resolve.
This proximity caused some concerns, he said. The former agriculture minister was clearly aware of the pressure point that is Starlink, the Elon Musk-owned company desperately trying to do business in South Africa. An unseemly character known to distribute disinformation about South Africa, there is widespread dislike of the man despite the technological wonders of his various enterprises. When Steenhuisen then spoke about Leon's resolve brokering meetings with Starlink representatives and a DA communications minister sitting down with them, the fallout was predictably fiery. Here was a company whose principal was making outrageous claims about South Africa, criticizing black economic empowerment and doing everything it could to get access to the local market. And the DA and its people were helping them. That narrative, launched by Steenhuisen and amplified on social and news media, became dominant and led to accusations about DA-style state capture and even treason. Steenhuisen, however, admits to taking a meeting with Starlink at Resolve's request. He says he didn't stop DA representatives from meeting with Resolve about other matters, and he also didn't think there was anything illegal about what the lobbyists were doing. Solly Malatsi, a DA MP and communications minister, also explained that his meeting with Starlink was arranged between the company and his office and was unrelated to Resolve's efforts. In any event, he met a range of satellite service providers, not only Starlink, and that equity equivalent investment options in lieu of BEE was government policy. But the caravan rumbled on, with a subsequent claim by a former staffer in the Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality alleging that he was in a meeting shortly after the DA Solly Msimanga became mayor, in which Resolve solicited business from the Metro. Herman Mashaba, who also served as a DA mayor in Johannesburg, made the same claims about Resolve's efforts in that city. This was further evidence, many alleged, of Leon's enormous influence in the DA and, by extension, over the party's representatives in government. It also revealed how the DA too resorted to the ANC-type cronyism and patronage politics that it has railed against over the years. The problem with this, of course, is that there's no tangible evidence of corruption, nor is there evidence of Leon's improper influence on the DA and his ability to secure government contracts, as is claimed. If anything, there is ample evidence to the contrary. The high water mark, as News 24's lawyer is wont to say, of the whole affair is the claims by the Tshwane staffer and Mashaba. Both say nothing came of the meetings. It is also not illegal to approach government to establish a commercial relationship. Contracts are not awarded by elected politicians, but by city managers and directors general, not mayors. As far as Leon's influence is concerned, Steenhuisen himself says he refused a request for a meeting with a Resolve client. Another MP, Toby Chance, says he spurned a heavily padded and qualified approach by a Resolve staffer to perhaps draft parliamentary questions. And neither Msimanga nor Mashaba engaged Resolve's services. So much then for Leon's influence to score tenders from the city, as the Sunday Times chose to frame it. South Africans are rightly skeptical about who government does business with. During the state capture years, deals were struck out of sight in Saxon World, at ANC conferences, and with threatening phone calls from AJ Gupta. This was enabled by a culture of extraction and enrichment, facilitated by cadre deployment. Public procurement must be open, transparent, and lawful, and policy development should be equally open and accessible. But this contretemps is not an indicator of state capture. The aggressive corruption of the state to divert and extract public resources is an entirely different animal. This affair is a function of Steenhuisen's revenge tour, and it might yet have a few stops left before the curtain comes down.